Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for this week's astro weather forecast. I'm Pix. This week, Leo season begins. Happy birthday to my Leo sons. Mercury also moves into Leo, joining the Leo party, and Chiron stations retrograde in Aries. We do have a few other good aspects, but let's go ahead and jump right in. This is for the week of Monday, July 18th through Sunday, July 24th. Okay, and just a little disclaimer. I have some allergies. Mars in Taurus is wrecking me as a Scorpio rising. So I have some allergies and I took some Benadryl earlier. So I just ask for your patience on if I sound like I'm on Benadryl. All right, let's move on. Let's get to it. I release this content for my patron besties at the beginning of every week. So if you're interested in getting your horoscopes on time, click the link in my description to get to my Patreon and join. So first I'm going to go into the general forecast as usual, and then I'll jump into some rising sign horoscopes for the week. So check the timestamps in the description to get straight to your rising sign. At the beginning of the week, energy will be pretty high or pretty tense, partly due to the moon entering Aries on the early morning of July 18th on Monday. So starting off the week with a pretty fiery moon. Also, Mercury and the Sun in Cancer is opposing Pluto at 27 degrees Capricorn at the beginning of the week. Felt strongest on Monday and Tuesday. It's possible it'll be felt over this past weekend as well, especially for the cardinal rising signs. That's Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn risings. You probably were feeling this tension a bit over the weekend as well. Some possible manifestations for this Pluto contact at the beginning of the week could include investigating and uncovering information, focus on minuscule, tiny details or very, very small microscopic things, secrets or the exposure of secrets. Vitality might be a bit lower. Some of us could be feeling under the weather, feeling run down, maybe sick, maybe just body problems of some kind, physical problems, ailments of some kind. Feeling intensity, extremes, tension, death, endings, or rebirth and beginnings, obsessiveness, rumination, power. The good and the bad side of power. So feeling powerful or dealing with power struggles with someone else or controlling energy or topics around people who hold astronomical amounts of wealth and power. Those are some examples of Pluto contact manifestations. And with this said, Pluto ultimately offers opportunities for us to take our power back in situations where it's been given away. Especially if you've given it away to someone else who doesn't deserve it, right? So remember your strength. Remember how much you've already been through to get where you are now. You got this. So switching gears, the first of the exciting shifts this week will be on the morning of Tuesday, July 19th, when Mercury enters Leo. So the heat and the energy is turned up. Lots more energy for socializing and being seen more often and being seen by more people. Dramatics, performance, standing up for what you believe in, standing up for your truths, your authenticity, all going to be more prominent. So still there is some softness to the conversation as the sun is still in Cancer at this point. But Gemini, Leo, and Virgo risings will certainly be feeling a bit of an exciting fire under their asses when Mercury enters Leo, and probably get a lot busier as well. 2 hours before Mercury changes signs, Chiron stations retrograde. So I've been talking about Chiron, our wounded healer, for, a bit over the past couple weeks. It's been getting a lot of contact during Cancer season and during Aries season. He seems to have a lot of work to do for us, or with us, or to us, especially the cardinal signs, the cardinal rising signs. That's Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. So Monday night and Tuesday morning may offer a shift in your life that's somehow tied to healing around a core wound that may have been coming up over the past weeks a lot more often than usual. Chiron in Aries signifies triggers that result in healing core wounds around things like abandonment or self-abandonment, feeling alone, belonging versus autonomy and independence, dependence, codependence, expression of the most authentic self, parental or authority issues, and physical or health triggers. These are all Chiron and Aries themes that could be coming up. The Chiron healing can manifest through teaching, learning, mentors, mentees, sharing dynamics. Oftentimes, the healing of the core wound comes through helping someone else go through something that, the exact same problem that you went through. Giving someone the support and guidance that your younger self needed can also be very nourishing. And this also gives us access to nourish our own inner child that needed that at the time as well. The retrograde part of the story speaks to a larger force at play. Some of these topics may feel like they were taken over by fate or by destiny. Chiron had plans, but then he got sick, so plans have changed. Chiron lost his volition, and fate takes over when retrogrades happen. So retrogrades are a time when our guides in the universe start talking to us. Something bigger or a larger force comes in and gives us plot twists that weren't quite what we had planned, or were outside what we were expecting. A force larger than Chiron is taking over, so the Chiron aspect or topic is going to have to find alignment with that larger force, with destiny, or it'll struggle and kick and feel like it's being taken over by something contrary to its will. So sometimes this can manifest as delays or reversals of fate or reversals of circumstance or having to relinquish something that was gained. Be sure you're not overgiving and, take advantage of the support that you need and that you can offer somebody else. Offer that same support back to yourself. Chiron offers access to this specific portal of healing, and you can jump on and ride the wave for yourself and for others basically at the same time. And then on Tuesday night, the Sun in Cancer finishes its opposition with Pluto at 27 degrees Capricorn, so that Pluto tension I was talking about for the beginning of the week should subside by Wednesday. And on Wednesday, July 20th, the moon enters its exaltation of Taurus, and things and life can soften quite a bit and take a breather. The moon's favorite sign is Taurus, so all things comfort will be available to us and will provide a nice and soft landing for us all, especially after all that energy from the beginning of the week. Frame of mind may be a bit softer, a bit slower, in less of a hurry. Food will taste better, and pillows will be softer. Nice and cozy. Thursday will be the last full day of Cancer season, with the Sun at 29 degrees of Cancer. So emotions might be running a little bit higher or more intense than usual. Be gentle with yourself and let the feelings happen. Let it all out if you feel it coming. Because on Friday, July 22nd, the Leo season party really begins. Happy birthday again to my Leo sons. Dramatics, entertainment, emotions will still be very much available to us, though not as wet or gloomy. The hot, blazing sunshine is here to dry your tears and warm you up. And with the other aspects involved, it seems like it's aligning to be a really, really fun Friday. A little discussion about Leo season and why the sign of Leo has some of the significations it does, besides that it's ruled by the sun, which we will get into a little bit. But during Leo season in the northern hemisphere, the sun continues its decline away from the pole star as it moves towards the fall equinox and eventually the winter solstice. Leo season is basically the middle part of the sun's descent into shorter days. A steady decline every day, solid, fixed, unchanging descent. And so this can signify the ego and its drive to live forever. and make the self last, why the ego is so powerful, because the sun will still exist in another day, either way. This is why Leo's legacy is so important, and why they're so stubborn, why it signifies their stubbornness as well. That fixed, unchanging energy. Being ruled by the sun makes this all the more important, and also explains Leo's warm, generous, and loving qualities too. So not only is Leo season beginning, but that night the moon enters Gemini, and the party begins even more. More buzzbrain energy is available to us, and it's a good idea to find something for your brain to do. Communicating more, reading, writing, learning, speaking, Gemini things. Realistically, it's a Friday night and Leo season has just begun. So going out or being social in the ways that you like to be social, traveling, using technology in fun ways, are the more likely Gemini moon things to do. Especially since Mercury will trine Jupiter on Friday night, Saturday morning. So this is more exciting energy. This is solution-oriented, social, fun, positive, abundant, connection, communication, compromise, and collaboration energy all around us for Friday and Saturday. The rest of the weekend energy is going to be pretty sweet as well. Saturday, July 23rd and Sunday, July 24th will be boisterous and energetic and fun and social, successful and warm due to Venus in Cancer squaring Jupiter at 8 degrees Aries. Positive and uplifting experiences are available, and there may be so many options that you won't even be able to attend or join everything that you can. You may have to make some choices. The only vibe to watch out for this weekend is some sharp tongues, confrontation energy, or just passive-aggressive remarks, since Mercury in Leo is creeping up to square Mars at 14 degrees Taurus next Tuesday, July 26th. So a confrontation might come up at some point before then, especially for the fixed rising signs. That's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius rising. You may have to choose between this or that. So that's what's up for this week. Thank you so much for being here. Are you expecting anything to come up? Anything astrologer good? Let me know in the comments. And if you want vibe support, don't forget that you can chat with me and hecka other cool people in the 9th House Discord server. The link to join is in the description. So with the forecast covered, let's jump into the mini rising sign horoscopes for this week. Aries rising. At the beginning of the week, you may experience a personal Chiron trigger around a core wound with your identity and yourself. So fate may take over in one way or another with this, and it's for the highest good. Whatever comes out is being brought out to be healed. Trust in the Chiron process. Surrender your control and let the healing in. The rest of the week ushers in really, really fun times for you. So Leo season in general is a season of opportunities for fun and play for Aries risings. Projects, creativity, pleasure, dating, sex life, recreation, fun, games, sports, pregnancy, and children are all more prominent during Leo season for you, and over the next few weeks, I should say. Foundation, your home life, your family time may be extra enjoyable this week as well, and allowing you some freedom to be loved for being yourself. Take advantage of all the joy and fun that is available to you during Leo season and this week. So that's what I have for Aries rising. And I'm going to move on to Taurus rising. This week is going to be really busy, but really good at home. So a spotlight shines on your house. Leo is the 4th house for Taurus rising. So your home, your property, your family, your foundation are all highlighted when the sun and Mercury enters there. Mercury entering Leo signifies a lot of social time to be had at home, at your foundation, or with family. Lots of people coming in and out, socialization, traveling topics. Remember to take your sacred alone time. Especially, if you're feeling that Chiron trigger wound coming up, the core wound energy coming up, take alone time when you need it. Alone time and private time will be very healing and, a stark contrast to the busy bustle of everyone coming in and out of your home. Journaling will be very beneficial during this time. Writing will be very beneficial, as well as solo drives and also socializing with people that you particularly love and enjoy this week. So we got two things to balance here. You need your alone time to handle all of the bustle at home. And that's what we got this week. I'll move on to Gemini rising. And this is going to be a super busy week for Gemini rising. Lots of hustle and bustle, communicating, errands, traveling to and fro. You may experience a Chiron trigger with allies at the beginning of the week, with friends or a network. Journaling or communicating with besties can be very helpful to keep you grounded around all of the busyness. A light could shine on helpful conversations. You could have a helpful discussion with somebody. At the same time, your allies and your favorite people could be assisting you with resources in some way, like physical items, food, money. Although you might not be able to attend or accept all of the assistance or blessings, you may have to choose between this or that or one or the other. Luckily, you can't go wrong with any choice you make under this astral weather. So that's what we got this week for Gemini risings. All right, Cancer risings, this week is all about money. Leo season shines a big old spotlight on your personal resources, your finances, your income, your personal physical possessions, your material stuff, your food, and your diet are all highlighted and more of a focus for the next couple weeks. Brainstorming around your resources and then deciding on a long-term goal and then, following through will be properly supported and rewarded. The beginning of the week may include some sort of Chiron trigger to do with how you are seen and viewed at work, or overall in life with whatever role you play overall. The good news is, by the end of the week, a blessing should come through that solves any of the issues around that core wound trigger and puts you in a better position than before. So that's what I have for my Cancer risings. Thank you so much for being here. Move on to Leo rising. Okay, Leo rising, this week a big old spotlight shines on you. It is Leo season after all, and the sun moves into your first house along with Mercury. So you may experience a pretty significant internal shift that might reflect outwardly in some way. New confidence, new determination. You may also be extra busy than usual. Lots of socialization, lots of dealing with technology maybe, lots of conversations, detail work. Fun things though. You may have a lot of options in general with what to do. Lots of plans. Very popular time for Leo risings. So that's what I have for Leo risings this week. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. And I'll move on to Virgo rising. Okay, Virgo rising. This week is a bit of a mixed bag. Firstly, your ruling planet is changing signs, so you may feel an internal shift that is both warm and fiery, but also, on the other hand, makes you want to spend some time alone or spend time only with people who you truly love to chill with. Your physical and spiritual sensitivity will be stronger for the next couple weeks, so alone time is recommended or more needed to recalibrate your energy. If you're not one to like alone time, traveling can be a good substitute for that, another topic that's heavily supported over the coming weeks. By the end of the week, you may be spending a lot more time with allies that you enjoy, but at the same time, maybe feeling a little bit more anxious about things than usual. Any mental health tools or therapy that you can get will be very, very beneficial and productive this week and over the next couple weeks. Otherwise, alone time is extremely nourishing for your soul, and that's what I recommend for my Virgo risings. So thank you for being here, and I'm going to move on to Libra rising. Okay, Libra rising, social and fun times are coming this week for Libra. Leo season ushers in a lot of social time, networking, spending time with allies or with people who share the same goals and objectives as you. Maybe spending some time with a person in a position of power. Otherwise, fun times with friends in general. You may also experience luck at work, which is exciting, or with your overall praxis or reputation, maybe having to do with clients, a significant other, a partner in crime, a bestie. At the beginning of the week, you may experience a trigger around a core wound having to do with a partnership or any one-on-one time that you have. But overall, this is a great week for you and will probably be pretty fun. So it's pretty exciting for my Libra risings, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I'm going to move on to Scorpio rising. Okay, Scorpio risings. Are we loving Mars in Taurus? I am allergic to things, so I'm on Benadryl right now. Anyways. Okay, Scorpio rising. Be prepared to be seen a lot more than usual this month. Be prepared to be under the spotlight this month. Leo season ushers in a series of weeks where you're much more visible than usual. Luckily, you'll have no problem having the energy for this. The beginning of the week may offer an opportunity to heal around a core wound, possibly around the way that you work or the way that you exist and accomplish tasks under authority. This could have to do with ethics and morals and the way that you do something versus the way someone else does something. But the end of the week will bring a cohesive and positive solution to that trigger in some way. But lots of busyness around career goals, around work, and your reputation in the coming weeks. So soak up that spotlight for Leo season. And that's what I have for Scorpio risings this week. Thank you so much for listening. And I'm moving on to Sag rising. Okay, Sag rising. At the beginning of the week, you may experience the Chiron trigger around some sort of core wound having to do with something that's supposed to bring you pleasure, ideally. But there's a trigger around it. So examples of this could be, a trigger with your creativity or a trigger around dating in your sex life, a trigger with children or pregnancy, a trigger, like I said, with creativity or projects, or a trigger while doing something fun during a game, camping, or whatever you do for recreation. Things will start to feel a lot brighter for y'all by the weekend. Leo season is a much brighter, warmer, and just more fun than Cancer season for Sag risings. Your mind probably feels a lot less heavy and more positive over the next few weeks. Traveling can be a lot more prominent and more enjoyable. Discussions around ethics and morals and boundaries can come up. If you're involved with education or law, positive focus may shift there. Writing and storytelling will also flow a lot more easily, so it's a good time to keep plugging away at that book. By Sunday, there is an opportunity for solutions around whatever triggered you at the beginning of the week with that pleasure subject, whether it's partying or your dating life or your projects. So that ends the week with a lot of sweetness for you with that solution-oriented energy at the end. And that's what I have for Sag risings this week. Thank you so much for being here. Moving on to Cap rising. Okay, Cap rising. The beginning of the week may greet you with a Chiron trigger or issue around a core wound having to do with your foundation. So your home, your family, or your property. A solution to this is available by the end of the week, or at least some sort of assistance or blessing can come through, probably through a bestie or a partner or a SO or a client. Leo season ushers in a series of weeks that may bring you more anxiety to the forefront of your life. Fears and traumas may come up a bit easier, ready to be worked on, ready to be healed. Issues around shared money or resources with other people could bring you more anxiety. But at the same time, having more opportunities to work with other people's resources, which can be very helpful. Mental health tools and therapy will be extra beneficial during Leo season for Cap risings. helping you process and clear old things from out of that 8th house closet, clearing it out, letting things come up that need to be moved through. Opportunities for healing and for resources galore. So it's a mixed bag, but both are good in the long run. And that's what I have for Cap Risings this week. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to move on to Aquarius Rising. Okay, Aquarius Rising, this week may begin with some sort of Chiron trigger around your immediate environment. So feeling triggered by something in your immediate environment. This could be a housemate, this could be transportation, or with some form of communication that you're involved in. Leo season ushers in a series of weeks that shine lights on your one-on-one time. So maybe you spend more time with a bestie, a partner, an SO, or clients. You could meet somebody that you really enjoy and that you really click with. You could also just be feeling extra social in general, meeting a lot of people one-on-one. By Sunday, the trigger from the beginning of the week will have more of a solution, possibly with the help of a family member or a coworker. Pets could be involved in some way this week, or running some errands that ultimately benefit you in the long run. It's overall a pretty busy week for Aqua Risings. So thank you so much for being here. That's what I have this week, and I'll move on to Pisces Rising. Okay, Pisces Rising. This week is a mixed bag for my Pisces Risings. This week kicks off with a Chiron trigger around a core wound having to do with your personal resources. Money or material possessions may be a hot topic this week. The end of the week will provide a solution in some way to this trigger that comes up in the beginning of the week, assisting you with joy and pleasure and less worry about whatever it is, or somehow tying in your creativity with your resources or your income. Leo season in general ushers in a series of weeks that might require a lot of hard work that doesn't quite pay off yet, but it will pay off eventually. Lots of hard work to be done, or maybe dealing with coworkers or service workers more than usual, or focus on your health or vitality may become more prominent this week. Pets could also be a topic that are brought up. Overall, a much busier daily routine for Pisces Risings over the coming weeks with Leo season. So that's what I have this week for Pisces Rising. That's what I have for everybody. So that's what's up for this week. Again, are you expecting anything to come up this week? Let me know in the comments. If you want to join an awesome astrology community or you want some astro vibe support, join the 9th House Discord server. The link is in the description. Link is in the description to join the Patreon if you want my horoscopes on time as well. I am endlessly thankful for you being here and for your support. Have an amazing week. I will see you next time. Bye.